Hi, I'm Java Jim with First Line Equipment, and today in front of us we have two grinders by Quamar, made in Italy. The Quamar M80E, which is the electronic version, doserless, and then we also have the M80 standard, which is the doser version. As you can see here, this Quamar grinder, the M80E, has a very nice polished aluminum body, dosing fork, doserless chamber, so there's less clumping involved. We have a touchpad panel near the top, and we have stepped adjustment, which is micrometrical. Very fine-tuned adjustments. The bean hopper is removable. It does have a screw to tighten it in with a screw on the back of the hopper here. So when you first get the grinder, you'll notice the screw hole right there and a screw going into the upper dosing carrier. Just make sure that it's out and not sticking in, and you'll line up the screw hole with the screw and use a Phillips head screwdriver to turn the screw into the bean hopper. If you get any resistance, it means it's not lined up, and don't force it. As you can see, it's very, very easy. And once it's tightened, this will hold the bean hopper in place so no one sticks their fingers in to the grinding chamber. This little wiggle is normal. In case the grinder drops on its side, chances are it'll have less chances of breaking. And then as far as micrometrical adjustment, you'll press down on the pawl right here, and it's very fine-tuned adjustments. That direction is coarser, and then this direction is finer. Now this is a brand new grinder, so you can change the adjustment because there's no coffee in there, but typically you want to change the grind settings on all Italian and Spanish grinders when the grinder is running, because the chamber on the inside, there's grounds and ground coffee inside, and the two burrs that will move apart or closer together can compact the coffee when going finer. So just make sure that it's running when you're going, especially when you're going finer, but also a good idea when you're going coarser. You will turn on the power switch on the Quamar M80 on the right hand side of the grinder. It's a green power switch, will illuminate. It will then show you on the display the startup procedure. And one nice thing about this new display is that there is a digital display that says Quamar, and you can program the Quamar part to show whatever you like. As you can see, there are 3 dosage buttons for single, double, and triple. So you have 3 selection buttons to grind and dose the coffee into your portafilter. You have a manual continuous button, and then you have the menu button. To get into the menu, you hold and depress the menu key for 3 seconds approximately, and you will get into program mode. In program mode, the first menu item that comes up will be the timed amount of grinding for the single dose button. And to get into there, you're going to hit the OK button. But just to go from menu to menu option, you'll see the plus key, and we didn't get in fast enough. So you do have a set amount of time, and we'll do that again. We'll hold the menu button, and just to show you, it's changing to 2 and to 3. So you do have a set amount of time to program. We'll hit OK button here. Right now it's set for 3 seconds, and we'll hit the plus button there, and there's increments of 1/20th of a second, and we can increase and lower the dose time for each of these buttons here. And then we'll hit the OK button there to save that, and let me depress it again. We're back into program mode, and just to go over the menu options, we have time amount 2, time amount 3 is for the 3 cup button, and then we have standby time where the grinder stays on, powered on, and we'll hit OK there. Right now it's set for 180 minutes, but if you want to set it for 30 minutes or 40 minutes, you could program it so the grinder shuts off and saves the display, makes it last longer. You can have that feature set there as well. We'll hit the OK button, back to standby time. Really nice feature. You can program how many doses to remind you to change out the burrs. So the grinder right now in this particular unit is set for 50,000, but you can set it up for 20,000 or 2,000, and it'll remind you to change the burrs. Very nice feature on the Quamar grinder. We'll hit OK there, and we'll move over This is where you change the message. Where it says Quamar, you could change the message here, and plus and minus keys to get the proper wording that you like and the proper characters. We'll hit the escape key there, and we actually escaped out, so we'll go back in, and the plus key. So standby time, wear mill, bar message, brightness of the display. Go back, bar message, brightness of the display. You can set the time and the date. One nice thing to remember here is the time is in military time. So we'll hit OK through this. And this is European date time. The day is first, then the month, reverse from the US, and then the year. This will probably be set up with a completely different date that's not a production date. On this grinder we already set it for 2014, but it was actually 2000 or 2001. We'll go through here, hit OK. We're back to time date, and time date, just make sure. Total counts of the coffees produced. So if you're using this in a coffee shop, you can actually keep track of how many times the grinder was used. And then the total made. This was a brand new grinder out of the box. It was set at 22, and basically we ran about 6 cycles of these buttons just to test before the video. So you will find some type of count set by Quamar from their testing. Do not be alarmed. And again, it gets you out of the menu after a certain amount of time period. Now we can actually go backwards. Language, month count, partial count. Partial count is if you stop the grinder, and total count. So you can go back and forth from the menu selection. And to get out of the menu, would hit OK, or actually to get in, and then to get out would be hitting the escape button. So now if we want to press the single dose button, it's timing approximately 3 seconds of grind runtime. Press the second dose or 2 dose button, and it is longer. You can program in 1/20th of a second for each of these 3 buttons, which is a really nice feature, and the fact that you have a single, double, and triple dose programmability. As far as cleaning the Quamar M80 electronic grinder, it's actually quite simple. Use some Ernix grinder cleaning tablets. This will clean the burrs so you don't have to remove the burrs. Once you get this cleaner through, just make sure you run some coffee through to get the residue out. This is a food safe product. The next step, as far as cleaning the bean hopper, you'll remove the set screw here, remove the bean hopper out, and just a nice terry cloth damp just to wipe the oils that are built inside the bean hopper. And you can also remove the rubber gasket, which prevents air from going in to the bean hopper and maintains the freshness on the beans. You can remove this and rinse it under the sink as well. Do not put these items in your dishwasher. They are not dishwasher safe. There is no maintenance that's required inside of the doserless chamber, and on the outside just a terry cloth that is moist with water just to give it a nice clean finish. Thank you for watching this video from First Line by Java Jim, and have a great day.